Hello, my name is Michael Orozco. This is SE491 tutorial video to demonstrate something new we have learned this quarter. Uh, One of the things that I learned and that I will be showing you today is how to make a simple Android application. We will be using the Android Studio to make the app, which actually makes the task relatively much easier by building a lot of the infrastructure. Um, This is the Welcome to Android Studio screen. Here we will click on Start a New Studio Project. This takes us to the Configure Your New Project window. Here we will name our application. I'm going to name mine my tutorial app. Here you have an option to put in a company domain. Um, our group name is On a Mission, so it's onamission.com. And that creates the package name by just flipping it backwards. So com.onamission.mytutorialapp is going to be the name of the package. I'm going to change the location of the application. And here you have a warning that says you should not have any white space in your project location. I've never had any problems with it, so I'm just going to keep it as is. Click on the next button. This screen will let you select form factors. What this means is Android has had several APIs up to this point. I believe they're at number 23. Yep. And what that means is the higher the API that you use, the more functionality you have, but the less flexibility you have. So, for example, if you keep it at API 9, um, you might not have all the available functionality that Android has to offer at this point, but your app will run at approximately 100% of the devices, phones or tablets. And since we're just making a simple app, that'll do for now. Click on the next button. Here, the studio gives you further options to build the structure. We're going to keep it as an empty activity for now and then see what that means in a moment. Click on next. Here we're going to name our activity name and our layout name. The main activity is where main code functionality, the Java file that will contain that, and the layout is an XML file where it stipulates the layout of the various components of the app. I'm going to click Finish, and that will generate the build. I'm going to pause the video at this moment because it takes quite a while. Okay, once the studio finishes building the application, this is the screen that will pop up. Here we have a breakdown of the main files that are going to be used. The Android manifest.xml file. Here, if we were building a more complicated application, we would put in this would be a place to put in permissions like allow the app to use the internet. Um, but here, the two main files that we'll be looking at today is the main activity file, which is this file right here. Basically, it's a Java file that we will use to add functionality to the various components, and the activity main.xml file is this one over here. Here it gives you a rendering of what the app will look like, and so you have the design view, and here it gives you different things that you could add to the app, like text fields, buttons, which we'll be adding on shortly. But here it also gives you the XML view, and basically every time you add something to the app here, it will generate here and give you a much more detailed XML version of the rendering. Uh, in a more user-friendly GUI, here is the same information over here. So first thing we're going to do is add a plain text field here. And then We're going to double click it. I'm going to leave that empty. The ID of that text field is going to be edit text 1. Okay. And here in the component tree, you can see the different as we add components, you will see them up here. And here, what this is, that's going to be a text field for us to type messages in. I'm going to go down to the hint. So, and I'm going to type something here. And as you can see, now it generates here. So this is like a hint for the user to type over and once the app is running. Okay, next we're going to add a button. So we'll go to the palette here and find the button that we want. Click it and drag it here. And double click it. And the text will say, press me. I'm going to name this button 1. And as you can see, move it a little bit. Over here in the component tree, now we have a new component, button 1, and here we can regulate other things of color. If I wanted to change the color or the location, we will get back to this when we add the functionality. For now, we're going to go back to the main activity.java file, and we're going to add some code so that I've already typed it, so I'm just going to click this button and you can see the progression. So here we're adding our import statements for the button, edit texts, and the toast, which I'll tell you what that is right now. Creating 2 variables, a button and an edit text. In the onCreate method, we will add the functionality. We'll assign the variables we created. Here you're assigning where in the layout the name of the button and the name of the edit text field. And this is the method to create the functionality for clicking the button. It's named press me clicked, and what that does is create a message. And here what this toast class does is it creates a message at the bottom of the screen, a temporary message to show what you typed and clicked. Okay, so back to the activity main XML, and here we're gonna associate the button with the first we're going to type a hint. Actually, no. We're going to find the onClick parameter there, and then we're going to find our method. And this will associate the button with the code, and once it's clicked, it will run that code. I'm going to go ahead and click this button so that we can start generating the emulator. So once I click it, it's defaulted to launch the emulator, and what the emulator is an apps simulator. And I'll click OK, and this does take quite a bit of time, so bear with me. Okay, now that the emulator has finally generated, this is the app as it will look on the device. So we can type anything here. And if you click the button, it says "Hello World," so you can just type anything you want. Click the button, and here's the toast functionality. Click it again. It's temporary. It says "Hello everyone." Here I wanted to show once again the text version of the XML file so that it shows the different components, the text view is for the hello world that it's up the upper left corner. Here is our edit text where you can actually type in, and here is the button. And of note here on this statement right here, this is where it associates the, the clicking of the button to the method that holds the functionality. Okay, finally, this is just a simple demonstration of the app working in an actual tablet. This is a Samsung 4, Galaxy 4, and I'm just going to type in the same message as before, world, and hit the press me button, and there it is, hello world. That concludes today's tutorial. Thank you for watching.